Gamers out there, Gamer93 here, and this is episode 30 of Building a Minecraft City. I'm doing 3 back-to-back, so just to make it easier. Now, I did do some stuff off camera, though, for a few seconds, for like a minute or two, though, just to see like the layout, though, of how this is gonna look. Though, so, yeah. Now, you may be wondering, hold on, well, first things first, though, is I gotta patch up to do this sidewalk over here real quick, though. As well, though. You may be wondering, like, why. Now there is something behind me, though, as well, though, that I will show you guys what I'm talking about, though. About what you probably are wondering, though. Why is there just a solid line here with nothing there? Well, I plan on building another intersection somewhere around here, though. Like, past that, though, because what I'm actually going to... Even though the train station is going to go right there, though, there's going to be a road... not specifically that road over to there, but that one is eventually going to go down, which is where these two are going to connect to. Now, I do realize, though, that since there's going to be two intersections, like, back-to-back, though, I'm going to need to figure out a way to fix that, though, at some point, though. Because I don't want it too close to this, to where I have to, like, make the turn shorter, though, as it is. Because if you look closely, though, that block does not lines up with the second block there, not the first block. Because if it lined up with the first block, though, then I would have been fine. But it doesn't. And it needs to connect forward. It needs to connect right here, though. So... And the fact that it doesn't do that, and I'm not shifting it this way any further, though, and I'm not fixing this, because this just took me a bit of time, though, just to complete. Annoyed me so much. I'm just going to leave it as it is, though, and just work my way around it, though, you know? Now, obviously, though, I am postponing, though, the construction, though, of, well, the tutorial, though, for my own custom train station, though, until after I get done with this third episode, so, of building the Minecraft City. Whoops. Put that back there. Jeez, there we go, though. Because while I'm working over here, though, I really want someone to kind of, like, work over to there, though, but the problem is, I'm the only one online, unfortunately. Because I only trust my close friends, though, as well, though, like, to help me out, though. And I have a good reason why, though. Now, I do have a backup for a reason, though. The main reason, though, is in case if this one gets corrupted, though. That's in case if this one gets corrupted. I have the backup, though. But the downside, though, is this. Is griefers. Given the reason why, I'm only trusting certain people, though, on this server. Oh, not server, more like world, though. But now, here's the thing, though. When this city is fully complete, though. Once the city is, like, fully completed, which I don't know how long it's going to take, though. It's definitely going to take, like, it's definitely going to be, like, over a year, though, until it's finished. Definitely over a year. And to be honest, I don't even remember when I first started this, to be honest. I don't even remember. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to work on this intersection over here, though. So, let me just go bop, bop, bop. And we got to go yeet. And go bop, 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 bop. There we go. Now, the reason I put out the road to here, though, is because it's gonna make it easier, though, for me to how to figure out, like, how to actually kind of, like, make the turn, though, very quickly, though, as well, though. Oh, whoops. Hold on. whoops. Hold on a minute. That's not supposed to go like that. Oh, kind of is, though, a little bit. Oh, hold on. Oh, let me grab the specific block real quick, though. Just to place it in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Nice. There we go. Now I gotta add the stop sign over here. Like, not first block there. Stop sign completed. Nice. So let's stick that in my inventory, stick that in my inventory, and stick that in my inventory. And then stick this in my inventory, grab this out. Because I need to make the turn like as soon as possible though. Because now though, actually, I'm gonna need to actually kind of make the turn like right like right here is where I need to make the turn though, so it doesn't collide with that, you know? So that's what I'm kind of need to have to do though. There we go. Now, oh wait, I just realized something. That's got to be kind of like in the road though, not on the sidewalk. So, looks like this has to go in like this and that. And then that's gotta go like that. Like that a little bit though, but I need to bump that back one, I think. I'm not sure though. But for right now though, I'm just gonna have to leave that for right now though. And kind of test it out later. Now there is one that I realized though that I'm gonna need to make though. So unfortunately though, I need to kind of make like a U shape though, at some point though. But that's gonna be very, very, very tricky to do. Very tricky to do. That's gonna be like very, very, very tricky to do, is to make a U. That's gonna be very difficult to do. Very difficult. Or what I could have done though is I could have just made this like a four-way intersection to make it easier on myself, but decided not to though, because what I want to do though is I want to have complexity, you know? You know, like sometimes like I want to make things a bit complex for myself, you know? Now this turn though is gonna have to be a bit different though. It's only gonna have one thing. Actually, no, it's gonna need two though. Actually, come to think of it. It's gonna need to kind of look like that a little bit though, to kind of represent the turn though as well though. Now what I could have done though, like I said though, is I could have made this into like a four-way intersection, which I'm actually gonna do. I'm gonna turn this into a four-way intersection to make it easier actually. Well, no, not a four-way intersection, a three-way intersection. Because, though, what I'm going to need to do, though, is I'm going to need to make this a T, though, and not have, like, this stop sign here, though, but I will have, like, a crosswalk here, though. I will have that. But I need to do, though, I need to get rid of this entire area over here, though, unfortunately. But it's all good. It's all fine. It's all fine, well and good. There we go, there we go, there we go, 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 go. Nice. But obviously, though, we're gonna need to do those. I'm still gonna need to make like a U shape though as well, though. I'm still gonna need to do that, though. To be honest, I'm still gonna need to do that because it's gonna need to turn all the way around to get to here, though, at some point. Because I could make this like a three-way stop, though, actually, which is actually what we're going to need to do, though. Well, actually, no, it's going to be ridiculous, though, to do that, actually, in my opinion, though. To make a three-way stop, though, so, yeah. In my opinion, though, it's just going to be ridiculous to just make a three-way stop, so, yeah. So, we're going to need to get this block back out. There we go. Now what I need to do now, though, is I now need to add the crosswalk in, as well as the stop sign. So let's put these two back in my inventory. And let's also put this also, no, got cross block out back out. So then now, though, I need to grab out this and this. And at the end of this city, though, like what I'm going to do, though, is I'm actually going to, I'm going to, like, attach a plate, like, I'm going to see if I can try to, like, get, like, the URL, though, for my playlist, though, of the city, though. So what I can then do is I can make a community post about it, though. But there is an idea, though. But the problem is, though, is I have to do it via mobile, though. That's the problem. So, yeah, it's going to be a bit of a problem, though, but hopefully it's not too big of a problem, though. There we go. Okay. I like that now. I like that. I like that. So now what we're going to need to do, though, is now I need to figure out a way to connect that up with that, or instead of making the U shape, I could just make an or what I could do is I can go back down the other way somewhere, though, make another intersection, though, for this. So, yeah, that's gonna make things a whole lot easier for myself, though, if I just if I just, like, build out this way at some point, to a certain extent, though, then just build it, though, to where I can make it that, so where I can connect it up to there, though, instead of making the U. Now, that is gonna make things a lot easier. I just need to figure out how long I want to make it, though. So, let's go all the way out to here. Because this is where I'm going to make the intersection, though. But here's the thing, though. What type of intersection, you ask? Well, this intersection, though, is going to be a bit different. Let me explain, though, because there's going to be two different intersection points, though. I think. I need to think, though, on this one part, though, because what I'm going to need to do, though, is what I could do is I could make a T here, and then just have this, like, turn going to that intersection right there. I could do that, but the complexity of it, though, is pretty high. So, I gotta think. So, Now, here's what I could do, actually. So, now, I gotta think. I could build this out a bit more, though, so I can kind of, like, connect it into there, though, and have, like, a building, and, like, you know what? That's actually a better idea. I have a better idea, though. Okay, so here's what I'm going to need to do. I'm going to need to find, like, the center point of this, which is, like, right here. A little bit. So, here's what I'm actually going to do here. So, I'm going to need the full block back out. And I'm going to need to grab out these two as well, though. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whoopsie. There we go. Because I'm going to... Okay, so... Ah! Keep pressing the wrong buttons. Because what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to add, like, something over here, though. Like a park, like where I can do... Oh, wait a minute. So that seems a bit off over here. Aha! There is. I can see it. How did I not notice that before? Hold on, I gotta... There we go. That's better. Yeah, I just found a mistake, though, and I just fixed it. There we go. Okay, so now I gotta get the train signals out, though. So let's do this. No, not that. No, I don't want a stack of that. Get out of here. Armor stands, I don't need you. Well, yet at least. But, oh wait, I just realized something, actually. The shelving in the gift shop. Crap. Don't worry, though. I have an idea to fix that, though. I do have an idea to fix it. Don't worry. I have an idea on how to fix it. I'll have to do that, like, off camera, though. Because I just realized that I don't have the shelving anymore, though, in there. The specific shelving I have, though, I need to fix it. Though, and just do, like, because since, like, and I'm going to have to use these shelves right here, though. I'm going to need to use these shelves, though. I just realized that now. So, yeah. Unfortunately. But now what I need to do, though, is I now need to kind of connect that up to here. So that's what I'm going to need to do. So it looks like it is this block right here, though. Am I correct? put that block back there. Yes, I am correct. Nice. Okay. So now let's take this stuff back in my inventory. Because right here, though, I'm going to make a four-way stop, though. Instead of a traffic light, though. Well, I could actually add a traffic light, though, to be honest. I could do that, though. But a four-way stop sign, though, is actually going to be needed, though. Well, not really, though. A traffic light's going to be more needed, though. And I just realized I was carving into the road a little bit. Kind of fill this back in a little bit. There we go. Now, what do I plan on putting in there, though? I don't know yet, though, but I'm definitely going to be adding something in there. That's a big definite. Okay, so now I have to grab this block out and this block out. But what I'm also going to need to do is I'm also going to add traffic lights, too, though, as well, though, come to think of it. So, now, the way I do traffic lights, though, I have to have this... No, wait, that's going to be a corner block. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to add two stop signs. One over here and one over there. Or what I could do... Well, actually, this is going to be a three-way intersection, so the stop sign is going to go right here, actually. Come to think of it. So the stop sign's actually going to need to go right here. There we go. Stop sign added. Nice. Okay. So now what I need to do, though, is I now need to add this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But then I just realized something, though. That's still going to have to be like a big turn, though, as well, though. It's going to need to be a big turn, though. Unless if I don't need to make it that big, though. I don't know for sure yet, though. I won't know until I actually build it, until I actually connect it up, though. Because that's the only way for me to actually physically and knowingly actually find out, though. Now, I'm going to be building a train station by myself, though. There. Okay. So it looks like I only need a basic turn, is what it looks like, though. I needed a basic turn. That's all I'm actually really going to need, though, is just a basic turn. Interesting. So now what I need to do that now, though, now I need to empty out this entire thing right here, though. This is what I need to empty out, though. Oh, darn it. Hold on. Because by emptying this entire thing out, though, it's going to make it easier on myself, though, you know? Now, the reason why I'm holding the grass block, though, is in case if I accidentally, like, break a block into the ground, though. You know? Like that, for example. And there we go. Nice. So now let's add the center of the road down, though, to make it easier on myself. Perfect. Okay. So now I'm gonna need to start from down here though, just to see if I can try to find the design though. It looks like I did it like, yep, I did it like that. That's what I thought though. I just wanted to double check though, just to make it easier on myself. Nice. We done. This is actually looking pretty good, nice now. Now that I have the train add-on though. But another thing though is this. I'm gonna need to actually also, well, actually to be honest though, I think over here though it's just got to be a 4-way stop sign. Or maybe like a 2-way stop sign though. Yeah, I'm gonna need to make this a 2-way stop sign. And the stop signs are gonna go here and there. Actually, yeah, they're gonna, no, actually, they're gonna go there and there. This, so I need to fix that entire thing again. No, but it's not going to be a big fix this time though, because I can't have a stop sign stop on a ramp. Because the stop sign stop on a ramp though can cause people to go backwards, and I don't want that. There we go. Nicely done. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So now what I'm going to need to do, though, is I'm now going to need to, well, obviously, though, I'm going to need to figure out exactly where this is going to need to go, though. So I'm going to go out to here to this block. I'm going to do a 3x3, though, to make it easier on myself. I need to do the far one as well, though. There we go. Okay, I have now connected it though, between the far one and the far one. Perfect. Okay, so now that I've connected it though, it's now going to be much easier though to help me figure out how to do the turn now. And then once I'm done with the turn though, I'm gonna need to also kind of like do the road though a little bit though as well though, and fix up there as well. Now also though, I need to go back to doing my hardcore series, like the solo one. Though I need to go back to that though at some point though. I just haven't decided when yet. And also my new survival series as well, though. I'm gonna need to go back to that as well. Like I said, I just don't know when yet. Now, let's actually start off working on the turn first, though. Let's start off with working on the turn. Well, first things first, though, is let's like do a little bit of this, though. It's just gonna make things easier on myself though, but actually, I'd rather actually kind of like do this first though, actually, because I don't want to leave this blank or anything like that. Because me leaving this blank though, and eventually you're gonna forget about it though, will just annoy me. So let me just complete. Oh jeez, that was more blocks than I anticipated of breaking. There we go. Now, this is where I also got to be careful, though, as well, though. Reason why is because I have to add the center, though, of the intersection as well, though. So, yeah. Okay, so let me actually grab this out real quick. and do the quick 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then all this all the way down. Perfect. Okay. Oh, darn it. Hold on. A minute. There we go. There we go. And there we go. Nice. Okay, so now I'm going to need to work on the sidewalk over here. Now, obviously, though, the reason why I'm not going to be adding a road over there, though, is because that's where the giant train yard is going to be. But there is still a downside to it, though. There still is, and that is the fact that it's going to take me forever to do alone. Which is why I'm going to see if I can try to get some of my friends to help me, though. Now, I want, like, more than one friend to help me out with that, though. Like, at least 2 or 3 friends to help me out, though. But the downside is, though, is I need to do that on like a Friday, well, not Friday though, but like on like a holiday weekend, or like what's it called, or like a weekend or something, like a Friday or a Saturday before I have to go to work, you know. So go 1, 2, 3, booyah. Now I need to grab this. No, not the fence, not that. I need to grab this and stick it. Oh, like that. There we go. Okay. There we go. Nice. There we go, 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 there we go. Nice. Now that I have all that connected up, what I now need to do, though, now is I now need to destroy all of this. Wait, hold on. Let me grab out the grass block, though, first, though. But I'm going to do it out to here, though, because this is a lot I got to fill in right here. Now, the reason why I'm clearing all this out first, though, is because of how long it's going to take me to fill it all in. Now, I'm going to do that for the sidewalk too, though, but I'm not going to worry about this. Oh, wait, hold on. A minute. Hold on a minute. This looks so buggy, though, and it's bothering my eyes. There we go, that's better. There we go. And there we go. Now, what I want to do first, though, is I want to finish off the road first, though. And then I'll, like, do the sidewalk, though. But I'm just, like, glad, though, that I can at least get some of this done, at least, though. There we go. I have an idea how I could do this one, though. I'm just going to do that one up to there, though, to make it easier. Perfect. Okay. So now what we're going to do, though, is this. I'm now going to need to do the sidewalk next. Another part of the one, though, is the sidewalk. And my feet are cold now. That's fine, though. There we go. Nice. And there we go. Nice. Now that I got the sidewalk done, though, now I'm going to need to do, though, is this. I'm now going to need to figure out a way to make this turn, though. Oh, not there. Here. Let me read that. There we go. I think that's where I'll connect up to. Yes, it is. Nice. There we go, though. Okay. So now what I need to do now, though, is I now need to do a little bit of that, a little bit of that. Put that block there. Perfect. There we go, there we go. Nice, 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 and nice. There we go. Nice. Nicely done. Okay, so stick that there. Then I can stick booyah and booyah. Nice. I like that. I like that. Now I don't have to worry about that anymore, though. But now what I need to fix, though, is I need to fix this over here. So let's grab this stuff, though, and let's grab this out. No. That one's got to stay. No, wait, no, wait. Yeah, those two have to stay. This one does not have to. But the problem is, though, now I need to fix this, though. Because now, though, actually, that's going to have to be fixed, though. So grab this back out. Just so I can, like, fix this a little bit. There we go. Okay, so now what I need to do, though, is this. Well, first things first, I gotta fix this a little bit, though. Kind of like that. Kind of like this, and then I need to go bop, 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 bop. There we go. Nice. Now, what I need to do now, though, is I can stick that in my inventory, grab this stuff out. No, not over here, over here. And over here. Perfect. Now since this is now fixed up perfectly now I can finally figure out, like, well, first things first, though, is I gotta do the train station next, though, so I'm going to end this episode here, though, guys, so make sure you smack that like button. If you do plan on subscribing, definitely your choice. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss another Gummy 3 episode. I'll see you guys next episode. Bye-bye!